abroad. I first of all thank the I&PR, the Seafood Association of India, for organizing this international seafood fair in Visakhapatnam. I thank the Chief Minister for having extended the cooperation in making sure that this event is organized to his satisfaction and also to the industry's satisfaction. Together with the Seafood Association and I&PR, I'm grateful that the Agriculture Ministry, Animal Husbandry, Dairies and Fisheries, various state governments, and also the stakeholders who have really contributed in making this event an event of such impact. It is necessary for an industry which is now the 7th largest in the world. The seafood export industry of India, I credit them for the immense self-motivated growth that they have done. It is purely because of the way in which the industry itself has built its strengths, grew from strength to strength, gave ideas to the government to make sure that the industry is facilitated in its growth, and of course led by such chief ministers as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. You have an I&PR which is working actively in the field. Of course there are several shortcomings. It can have a better representation in many other states too. But I think the industry's today's stature is largely because of the entrepreneurship which has been shown by the businesses and also the aqua producers themselves. So I do give them the due credit. Otherwise, India today will not be the 7th largest seafood exporter. And in a world where about 148 billion is the tradable seafood turnover, India's turnover is about 10 billion. And I think, therefore, there's immense scope for us to expand our activities and ensure that this activity, which has reached its best in Andhra Pradesh, is also emulated in other states such as Orissa and West Bengal, and also in states like Gujarat, where we learn best practices. I would certainly come to the point of talking about best practices. I assure the Chief Minister, who's very clearly looking out to expand on this industry, that the I&PR's time is definitely spent on bringing in best practices from around the world, and that will be taken as a lab-based, hands-on experiment to all those growers who would want to have some kind of a exposure to those best practices. I would definitely want to underline the I&PR's attempt is also to be in touch with global best practices. They visit many of these countries which do excellent work in seafood trade, and they have therefore been the enablers to ensure that that practice reaches down to the level of people who are in the field. And we've also been having several public hearings. Recently we held one in Bhimavaram, just to make sure that unheard grievances or grievances which are very much affecting the productivity at the ground level reach the I&PR itself, and also to bring in the coordination with fisheries. The Ministry of Agriculture takes care of the fisheries and animal husbandry side of things. So when it comes to sanitary or phytosanitary clearances, we need their help and cooperation, on which I'm constantly in touch with the Agriculture Minister, who was expected to be here. Unfortunately, because of some prior commitments, he's not around. But I must express my satisfaction and thankfulness to Sri Radha Mohan Ji, who's the Agriculture Minister, who's constantly been eager to say, you tell us about marine products, we will do everything possible to make it easier for marine product exporters to perform better. I must say in this regard that there was a concern that India ends up being an exporter of products which are coming from the sea or inland-based fish products without doing any value addition in India. But the scene is shifting. Now you have a lot of investments happening in bringing in value addition to the products that we bring from the fish or even grow inland, and then only export them, thereby realizing better prices for the product. In this regard, I must say the recent conversations I've had with trade ministers from Japan and from Korea in particular, they have expressed a lot of interest in investing in value addition for seafood-based industries. And therefore, we've been taking them to different states. We are trying to ask them to come and view the industry itself. I would, in this regard, request those participants who have come from abroad to please visit the various farms which are available in Andhra for you to see, about the best practices which are adopted here, international standards which are adopted here, for you to understand just not the product, but also the value addition which can be done, can be very much done here itself in a cost-effective manner, thereby getting the best priced products to be exported to your country or to any other where the products are valued. So in order to have greater coordination, the industries department which is under me has, in the Invest India cell, encouraged foreign investors to look at value addition to products which come from marine products, and therefore I will in the near future be able to say quite a few investments will happen in order to bring in value addition to seafood products. And I hope in Andhra Pradesh we'll have such investment as much as in states like Kerala and also Gujarat. One of the best practices about which I will refer here, which may be of use in states like Kerala, is the fishermen component of the marine products which come into it, which is very typical for our socio-economic condition. We have a lot of people who have gone into seafood, but land-based seafood growth, hatcheries, nurseries and so on, who are not traditional fishermen, which is very well for the industry. But there is also this desperate call from our traditional fishermen who go into the sea, who get you the wild catches from the sea, but whose products do not have much of a value realization because aggregation becomes very difficult. These people who fetch the products from the sea, who have been traditional fishermen, who know which season to go in, and the Chief Minister was referring, they honor certain cultural practices. There are times in a year when they don't go into the sea. The state government supports them at that time because that's the time when the fish spawn, and therefore it is important not to go and disturb the spawning of the fish. But after that, the kind of catch they come up with are also now valued in the international market as wild and natural catch rather than nursery catches, for which aggregation is an issue. Gujarat has some practices which are very good, and I would think the I&PR members who have now become members of the I&PR, some positions are still vacant, we need to fill them up, should look at best practices within the country, in other parts of the states, other parts of the country, and then bring them on board so that just as Andhra Pradesh has succeeded in having investments made in marine product manufacturing within the inland or getting it from the sea, there are fishermen related activities which are important for our socio-economic growth, for inclusive growth. I would think the Marine Products Export Development Authority should spend some time and bring those practices among fishermen too. I fully appreciate and hail the Chief Minister for his declaration that he envisions Andhra Pradesh to become an aqua hub. That's a major statement to make, and for a Chief Minister who believes in delivering all that he has promised, I'm sure Andhra Pradesh will certainly become an aqua hub, and all of us will certainly add to all his efforts in making aqua hub, because I have a vested interest in it. I want the I&PR to benefit from that aqua hub which comes in Andhra Pradesh, which represents global best practices. I'll certainly be happy to work together with the Chief Minister. A few announcements which happened in the context of fish and fish-related, marine and marine-related products is something which I'd like to announce here in front of the Chief Minister. The MP from Visakhapatnam, Shri Haribabu ji, raised an issue as to why this entire industry cannot be given interest subvention. I've not gone that far, but the announcement that I want to make, which of course was released as a notification from the DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, is yesterday the notification was released to say the MEIS, which is like Merchandise Export Incentive Scheme, which is announced for many sectors, Annually, we spend something like 22,000 crores on the scheme, on MEIS. We have now expanded this by 1,500 crore annually, which is 23,500 crores will be spent annually on MEIS scheme, which will include very many products. Yesterday's notification, among other things, has brought in certain marine products and seafood items also to benefit from MEIS. I would like the Member of Parliament to know, probably the government has read his mind, not the interest subvention, but MEIS certainly shall include marine products and seafood items to benefit from the MEIS scheme, which helps in exporting marine products too.